Released in 1983, Popeye's English is an odd case. It's a sequel to Nintendo's 1982 arcade classic Popeye, but instead of being an action platformer, it's actually an edutainment game. Now, for those of you, real quick, who don't know what an edutainment game is, it is a game that both simultaneously educates and entertains. As you might imagine, this is quite difficult to pull off for many developers, as we can see in some other Nintendo-related games like Mario is Missing, Mario's Time Machine, and Donkey Kong Jr. Math. So the question is, can Popeye's English succeed where others have failed? Stay tuned to my review for the answer. At the title screen, you are presented with three modes: word puzzles A and B, and word catcher. I find this quite odd, actually, considering that if the demographic of this game is people who can't read English, you might think that the menus would be in anything other than English. But hey, it makes it easier for me to navigate, so I suppose I really should be thankful. Anyway, let's take a look at the first mode, word puzzle A. This mode works essentially like Hangman. You select what category you want to play, at least I assume this anyway, since I am the target demographic and I have no idea what any of this English jibber-jabber is. Anyway, after you've selected your selection, Olive Oil will begin to drop hearts that signify how many letters will be in the word you are trying to find. Then you are shown the Japanese word that you are trying to translate. You run around the two rows of letters pointing to which one you want to try. If it fits, it will replace the box. If it does not, you are penalized by having Brutus punch a child, which is a quite effective incentive to choose wisely. Unless, of course, you're the kind of person who enjoys punching babies, in which case, have fun! If he hits the child 10 times, though, you lose, which is not fun, so there's that. In addition to the 26 letters, there's also a question mark which will solve the puzzle for you. You do this for 10 rounds, and the game ends. I should also mention there is a score present, but I really ignored it for the most part. You know, I could actually see this format being quite effective in teaching those native to English some very basic Japanese, which I know wasn't the original intent of the game, but hey, it's cool. Next up, we have word puzzle B. It's ostensibly the same thing as mode A, minus the Japanese text, making it literally a game of Hangman, which is kind of lame. This is by far my least favorite of the three modes. Finally, we have word catcher, which is my favorite and is the most edutational, if that's a word. Anyway, this is how this works. Your goal is to make the English equivalents of the Japanese words to the side before Brutus does. He usually just stands there, but he can actually be controlled by a second player, as this video of two people who are totally not me just spamming the controller is a testament to. Even without a second player, this mode is pretty fun. It can be quite difficult to avoid unwanted letters, which will make you start all over. But honestly, the two player is where this mode really shines. It rewards the people who pick up on the Japanese words and what they mean. And the element of racing to see who can get the letters first is more fun than you might think. It's a legitimate teaching tool that I could see myself using. All in all, Popeye's English is an absolutely fantastic Japan-exclusive edutainment title, which is probably the first I've ever played, or ever will play for that matter. So, if you come across a copy for cheap, pick it up. It's really a lot of fun, especially if you want to learn the Japanese language.